This is
Up
for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with my friends Tracy.
Hello.
And Kim.
Hello.
Hi. Today on Up for Grabs, we're going to talk about a documentary we watched. It was called The Crash. Kim said that there was also one about it, maybe on Hulu, but I don't know what it was called.
I only watched the Netflix one.
Okay, but the fact that it was a case worthy of two different streaming to bother to do it must have been a good one. But yeah, it was called The Crash, and it's centered around a vehicle crash in Strongsville, Ohio, that's outside of Cleveland, on July 31st of 2022. So a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
The person that was driving the car at the time was Mackenzie Shirilla. Is I'm saying that right?
Yes.
Shirilla. She was 17 at the time.
White female.
White female, 17. And she had two passengers in the car. One was her 20-year-old boyfriend, Dominic, and the other was her friend, Davion, who was 19. He was in the back of the car. And when you hear the basic things, like when the documentary first starts, you think, oh, it's a terrible, tragic, kids went out partying, driving home late, lost control of the car, whatever, because two people died, and somehow she was the driver of the car, but she was injured.
How she survived, I have no idea.
But
yeah,
that's almost always the case.
And once the car and the
driver
footage,
always survives.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Okay, so the documentary opens with explaining like that happened, and then you're like, oh, initially I was, oh, that's too bad, kids in high school going to grad parties, we all have had kids that age, and boy, aren't we lucky that nothing horrible happened when
that period of when your kids start driving and you're like, well, I'm not going to sleep for a long time. Like I still worry about them, but I worry more about other people than them on the road.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but you're just so scared every night when they go out, once they have keys to one of the family cars or whatever it is. It's just
it's a leap of faith.
it is a leap of faith.
I maintain that it was more of a leap for our parents in the sense that we didn't have any way of contacting, like there was no cell phone. So like when they gave us the keys and we said, we'll be back, whenever our curfew is, they didn't know where we were, what we were doing. And if we needed them, we had we had to rely on the kindness of strangers or find a payphone or, I still wasn't super comfy saying, okay, you guys go ahead. But at least I knew they had a way of contacting me.
Yeah.
Or I could find out where they were if I really needed to.
I and several of my friends cruised
Oh, yeah.
many nights of the week.
Oh,
It's fun.
absolutely.
And I don't know that kids do that now because they don't need to. But back then,
We played tapes really
if you
loud.
liked a boy,
Ugh.
you drove by his house and stalked him
Yes.
in person.
Yes.
That's what you did. And you were like, oh my God, I see his mom
Duck.
in the kitchen. Yes. And then and then you're like, I think he might come outside. I see him in that window.
Oh, my God, he's shooting baskets.
Yes.
Everybody run. Yes.
So
Or we would just drive it, like if we didn't have plans on a Friday, like somebody that had a car, I remember like we'd be listening to like
You just drove anywhere.
the Poison album,
Yes,
full
yes.
volume. We'd go through the
Yes.
McDonald's drive-through. We would
Yes.
just go around neighbor, just be a menace and have
Innocence
fun
is
and
so fun. I
drive
know.
by the haunted bridge that everyone knows
Oh,
is
heck
haunted.
yes. Or go by the house.
Good times.
There
Yeah.
was somebody on the south side called Killer Miller.
fun.
By his house, and like it was stupidity. It was.
So yeah, so we can relate to being out with friends, having fun driving,
Yeah.
and as parents being on the other side of that, knowing, oh dear, you're a young driver, things can go wrong. Yeah, that's scary.
I do want to add that we said that we couldn't get a hold of our parents if, they couldn't get a hold of us. I don't think they were trying. I don't
No,
think they
never.
gave it a second thought.
Never.
I mean,
think they
there
were
wasn't
fine.
anything to give it a second thought.
No.
They knew when we left that.
Well,
We're coming back.
Yeah,
That was
well, and I think their power was you knew when your curfew was, and if you took the car and then didn't come home for your curfew, you knew you probably weren't going to get the car in the near
when
future.
Mom's on the lazy boy waiting for you when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not good.
Happened to me one too many times.
Yeah.
And now I think, my God, if I'm an hour late for curfew, she's probably sick.
Yeah,
Inside.
you're in a ditch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I know. You just, you don't think about it.
Well,
But sorry, continue.
I was just thinking about when my sister and I were in our 20s, we were still living at home, and we went out and we stayed out all night. We were coming home at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And as we were pulling up to the house, we could see the light in the front room on, and my dad was sitting there having his coffee. Like, he got up that early.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you go in first. She's like, no, you go in first. Not that I don't think he was sitting there worrying, which he should have been, but he wasn't. But just, you didn't want to go in.
Yeah.
No.
But one thing that to say about Mackenzie Sharilla's experience that I kind of red flagged. I'm like, wait a minute. They said in the thing that she's 17 and she was living with her 20-year-old boyfriend while still attending high school.
With her parents' consent.
And that's when I said, huh?
I thought it's when she graduated, she moved right in right away, but I could be wrong.
Well,
Which doesn't make any difference. She was still 17.
She was, I didn't know if she was graduating when she was 17. I just thought maybe she was still in school. Either way.
I mean, either way. It's a little, yeah.
And then, so that was the first red flag that came up for me. I thought, wait, why is everyone okay with that?
I know, but
Did you see the interview with her parents?
the parents
Did that not
were,
give you a good
my
idea?
biggest red flag.
What was their problem?
Zero brain cells, maybe substance abuse, maybe mental illness. Like, her parents were
Well, who did you think was crazier? I'd love to know.
crazy.
Yeah.
I thought the dad was crazier.
I thought the mom was.
You did. I mean, I thought it's been a minute, but
For
all
two
I had to
reasons.
do when that documentary was over was like, that's why she's sitting in jail, because of the way she was raised.
Oh, I agree with that.
100% the way she had no rules. She had her mom and dad fed into her obsession with online, with
Being an influencer
being
or
an
whatever.
influencer, being kind of a trashy, like that's tough to be that way.
Okay, what parents love their kid to be trashy?
I'm telling you.
They
So wait a minute. Why did you think the dad was crazier?
I think I felt like, well, maybe I didn't think he was crazy. I thought he was dumber.
he was the one that made the comment about pot, right?
Yes.
Well, everybody smokes some,
They
Like,
they obviously
he's-
smoked weed with her.
Yeah.
I just felt like the dad. They were both.
They
was
were very
equal.
dismissive of everything that she
I
did.
forget. Did she have any siblings?
I don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
They didn't mention
and
him.
that's another red. Like not red flag, but it makes a little more sense in the story of it all.
Okay, yeah. What about the mom? So why did you think the mom was?
For me, it was when she was able to make a statement in the courtroom,
Oh, so embarrassing.
and
I cringed.
she should have gotten up there and pleaded for forgiveness from everyone,
Beg.
and said how sorry she was,
How wrong.
how wrong and everything. But that is not what she did. She was looking for some excuses to blame other people on things,
And the judge called her out
the
on
judge
it.
called her out, thank God. But I was like, are you kidding? Like, I don't know. I was mad at myself for thinking that she was going to
There
get
was
up
no
there and
empathy
say
at all.
the right thing, and she did it. And I was like, you idiot! Why'd you
Shame
think she
on
was going
me.
to do that?
There was no
I
empathy.
fell for it again. Yeah.
No, she did, and she was kind of diminishing the relationship that her daughter had with the boy in the back seat that died. She's like, yeah, it's too bad he was there. He was just she had just met him. She, they weren't that good of friends.
Collateral
Like,
damage.
just like total,
Yes.
totally. Like, I don't
Really,
care
no,
who he
we're
is.
going to move on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she came off as a complete, like, I don't know if she was mentally ill or just really, really dumb. I don't know. Is there a distinguishing thing between that? Like, everything she said was so wrong and dismissive and immature.
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
would
like,
have liked more background into her. Like, I know that you can't do that, but like the parents, like I always want to know their back. I'm very like, I think I watch way too much True Crime. I want to know what's going on in that house.
well, I'm mad
where
that
did
this
they-
documentary didn't go into that.
It didn't, and it just left it so blank. That, so to back up a little bit, it was proven forensically that she was going at 100 miles an hour, and she never stopped on the gas pedal. I mean,
Never touched the brake.
Basically, what they're saying is she purposely drove them into a
brick
building.
It was a brick wall. Yeah, a building.
And at first when I kept watching it, I was like, how did they know that she didn't? Kids drive 100 miles an hour on. They do on country roads.
Sure.
How did they not know that she didn't lose control of the wheel? That she didn't. I still don't know how.
Well, I didn't know that there was a black box in a car.
No, I didn't. That could show that she didn't. Not the black box can only show like certain things, but it showed
Yeah.
that the acceleration was never. She never took her foot off the gas pedal.
Correct.
And I felt like it showed something about the steering wheel. Like it's making it seem like maybe she turned, she corrected a little,
Yeah, and there was
little left, a
something
little
about
right,
the
but
pedal and her slipper or
The
something.
slipper was like stuck. So I am very wishy-washy with that kind of forensic stuff because I think in every situation, even like the flick of a wrist, like, was it intentional?
Right.
Was it intentional? I mean, if it was intentional, she was planning on killing herself. You don't survive that. I don't know how she survived.
I don't either. And okay, so when they also determined in their inquiry that she didn't do any psychedelic drugs, like maybe the boys had, but she didn't. She may have had like traces of weed in her system, but it kind of seemed
was
like
nothing that
she
impaired her.
Did that every day, so
Right.
that would definitely, that wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's when I started, and they're like, there was nothing wrong with the car. They
Yeah.
made sure that it wasn't like like the accelerator got stuck or
Right.
there was nothing wrong with the car. But I think the most damning thing, and it sent chills down it made me sick to my stomach, was when they showed the video that picked up the car going 100 miles an hour right before it was going to go and hit the building, and just the noise and how fast it was going. To see that, it
Right.
took my breath away. I was like,
it was disgusting. Yeah, it was hard to watch.
and I felt bad because the only parents in the documentary that I thought seemed to be mature were Davion's parents. And the dad, I felt really bad for him because he had noticed he was hanging out with these people, and he knew they were probably doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, and he was trying, come on, Davion, you're only as, you are who you're
your
friends
friends are,
with.
yeah.
And I'm concerned about,
Yeah.
and then, for him to meet that is, okay, so what I need to know, what you think, like you said, she should have been dead. So was she trying just to kill everybody? Do you think? Because she couldn't have known she was going to survive that, right?
Yeah. And maybe she was, I don't know. She could not have known that. So then you're like, okay, was she just trying to kill herself and they were collateral damage and it didn't work out that way? Because why do you kill them and yourself? You know what I mean? Like,
Was she had it in her mind, I'm going to show him and do it, and then
Was it playing chicken or
And
something?
maybe-
playing chicken?
Yeah.
That's the right word for it. Playing chicken. I don't know, because you can't get inside her mind.
Well, that's the problem.
And the
Yeah.
documentary didn't show, and not that we would have ever gotten in her
Right.
mind, but even I felt like the cops were. I just felt like we only saw just a brief. I don't know. I didn't really like the cop. I don't know why, and it wasn't that I thought that he was like doing anything wrong.
Right.
I didn't like the way he was talking about the case. Like
I don't like his attitude.
I didn't like his attitude at all. I felt
Sir.
from the documentary. Let's just say that I'm just like this naive person. From the documentary, I felt like, did she not have a good enough attorney? Like, I don't know what the laws are in Ohio, if it's involuntary manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter. I mean, she's in jail for the rest of her life. It was on Facebook yesterday that her first appeal, anyways, was denied.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Ohio Supreme Court declines Mackenzie Sharilla's appeal for a new trial in murder case. So
Okay, here's my question.
they said sit back down.
And like you said, and I thought about this too, like, what's wrong with her representation? Because if it were my daughter and she couldn't remember anything, now I don't necessarily believe that, but you can't force someone to tell you what the motive was or
She
what was
doesn't
going
seem
on.
reliable.
No, she seems like a little crazy, like she had a
Yes.
super bad temper. But I was very surprised that as a lawyer, they didn't go for some sort of insanity plea. Like at that time when she was behind
had
the
a
wheel,
psychotic break or-
yeah, like she
Yeah.
was not of sound mind, because who is of sound mind that's going that fast down a street?
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
thought it was her.
We could have done. I don't know, like, what, like, if there was a deal out there that would have only given her 30 years. I mean, she'd be out when she's 50 something. I mean,
Right. No, I'm surprised that wasn't pursued.
I
Yeah.
know. And I mean, I'm just like, slam the book on her. And I know this sounds like I'm taking her side, and I'm not. Slam the book at her, and she's, how old was she? 17?
17.
And she's in jail for the rest of her life. I don't know. Maybe, I think in a former life, I may have worked in prison reform, because
good.
I just see a little backstory. And I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, but it pertains, it's similar but when I was 12 years old, my cousin graduated from high school, and he graduated from Perry Meridian, and he was at a graduation party on Fry Road, and a hit and run driver hit him and killed him instantly.
Oh my God.
They never found her. 20 years later, she came forward, and she admitted it, and she, claimed that there wasn't, any alcohol, but, she couldn't live with herself. She was like in therapy. She was suicidal. And I saw my aunt and uncle 20 years removed from it. And they had more empathy. He was gone. He had been gone. And they declined to press any charges. So I see in her case, this girl's case,
Right.
completely said it. Who knows what was going on with the lady that killed my cousin?
Right.
I mean, obviously involuntary manslaughter at the least. I don't think she probably was purposely trying to kill anyone.
But she left.
But she left. I look at this girl's situation, the product of how she was raised, what's her mental capacity, why, I mean, they have jailhouse like calls with her mom, and she's saying insane things. Like she's invincible.
Right.
Like that she didn't do, nothing's ever her fault. Nothing's ever, and I just don't know, when you're removed from it so many years, is it doing just the family good that she's in jail for the rest of their life, or do we need to care about people that are in jail at that? I don't know. It's this moral dilemma.
Well-
that I feel very like, I understand if somebody killed my child like that, I would want them to burn and rot in hell and be in jail for the rest of their lives. But would I feel differently 10 to 15 years out? Would I want to go sit and talk with her? Would I want to, I don't know. I just
I think
am very,
that maybe you would if she was more forthcoming. The fact that she
maybe aged a little bit.
has no recollection of anything ever makes it seem like, to me, that she's hiding something, because I don't believe that she doesn't have any recollection of anything. I'm sure initially, you don't.
But it's just, we didn't see enough in the documentary.
I mean, could she have fallen asleep?
Who knows? I mean,
Well, the other two were there, then you're like,
Yeah.
I know that, if I'm saying this right, I know that she had made a threat
yes.
that she was going to kill him that way.
Oh, yeah.
But
not good.
crazy relationships, I've seen a lot of crazy, like on TV.
Yeah.
Like, people make threats. And I'm not saying that that's right or
Yeah.
wrong or whatever, but, I think he was making those threats too. So I
Right.
don't, he was
wasn't.
not an innocent victim in the craziness of their relationship.
Okay, and I think the other thing that it brought up for me was how much of her social media presence was used effectively against her as actual evidence that she deserves to be in jail.
Yeah.
I feel
think
like a lot.
If
That's
they,
why you have to tell your kids.
I know. If they did a
Watch
profile
it.
on her in front of that jury, everyone on that jury would have said lock her up.
Well, that's just it. I also thought it was interesting that I don't know anything about the court system, but that she had the choice of either having a jury of her peers or just a judge hear it, and they chose just the judge. And you could tell that may not have been the best way to go either.
Maybe
because
not, yeah.
I think that judge hated her.
I think he hated her and hated
Although,
her
you know
parents.
what? She was pretty easy not to like.
Oh, there was nothing
No,
redeeming about her.
She was not. She did not display being sorry. I mean,
No, she didn't.
there wasn't a big show of regret for what happened.
Almost to the point that it seemed
something's off.
mentally, like, I can't believe they didn't go
Like maybe
with a mental problem.
sociopath type
Yeah.
tendencies. I mean,
I also
But
thought
then
Go
okay,
ahead.
sorry.
Go
But
ahead.
then I come to the question, which I kind of, it's almost religious, but I don't know. Then I think, isn't everyone who kills someone crazy? Because
I know you say that, yeah, but that they can't
like,
be mentally
how do
and
you
kill another.
how do you when everything is right in your mind, how do you take another life?
I agree.
So then I think, is everybody crazy? So then everybody should get a lower or different sentence? I don't know.
I know.
Well, one thing that I thought was sad and interesting was when the whole case was out in the community, and we all know you go to social media for the comments. The comment section
Oh
was
my
on
God.
fire.
Yeah.
I mean, it made me people are awful, but then I thought, how awful was she? Because so many they showed a few of the comments. They're like, under the story about her being sent to jail, people be like, was that the girl that bullied you in the bathroom?
She was definitely
Right.
a mean girl.
Yeah.
Is that, like, so many people
Yeah.
are like, well, good that she deserved it because she was crazy.
I know.
I thought, oh.
I know.
So then, yeah.
So I was just, I think it's like you said, I think it should be, you know how they have those very special get-togethers when you're in school, to learn something?
Uh-huh.
The drunk driver
Yeah.
stories,
The
the
mad
drugs.
presentation or
the,
whatever.
yeah, the mad presentation.
Yeah.
They should have a social media presentation
Oh, God,
and show
should they?
and maybe that's what she should do to help people. Make her go out on tour in prison to show people what she put out to be her persona on social media.
Her persona.
you
She
could
was
not-
like a rapper's girlfriend.
And she was
That's what she reminded me
she had
of.
everything was the F word. Everything was about money and status symbols, and she had a mouth of a trucker.
Yeah, at first her parents are like, she's a nice girl. She does
Is
blah,
she?
blah.
I don't think she
like,
was nice.
Ouch. No.
No,
She
I
wasn't
don't think
nice.
she was a nice girl, but I
No.
wonder who that girl would have been had this never happened.
Or if she would have had a different parenting life.
Parenting or just with maturity, and maybe prison's good. Maybe that's why it's good. That I don't know. I think she would come out harder. I mean, than she went in. I don't think prison.
It's not
Does much.
super great for
It's not set
rehabilitation.
up for rehab.
No, it's not set up to, and I'm not saying everybody that gets out of prison isn't, reformed or whatever, but her case was just a sad case of
She
just
well, that's why I just thought,
bad parenting and bad decisions.
and like the boyfriend's parents, it was the dad and his sister.
I think.
They were kind of with Mackenzie
Yeah.
and her parents at the beginning of the trial, but as stuff
Yeah.
unfolded, they were like, wait, what? Why are we sitting with these people? Why are
Yeah.
we encouraging this? And the thing that I thought kind of showed just how immature or tone deaf or unaware, or there's something obviously wrong with her, because 2 months after the crash that killed her boyfriend, she dressed as a corpse for Halloween and posted it on social media.
Yeah.
What?
And they were saying, well, this is just a costume that people wear. It was part of a show.
Is it?
I don't care.
No,
I don't care.
You got to make that better.
Yeah.
And then, like, immediately after, I don't know, within months after this happening, I mean, I can't even imagine being responsible for 2 people dying. she was on social media, like brands were reaching out to her, and she was reaching back out, like where everyone could see, like, and she's like,
I'm
"Oh,
just
I
gonna
would
go on
love,
with my life." I mean, yeah.
yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to
No, it was-
partner
it
with
was
you." I'm like,
upsetting.
"What?"
I mean, the world feeds into that, you know.
Yes.
And
the mom was
whatever
part of
gets
it.
The
mom was part of it.
Yes, whatever gets the
Oh, heck yeah.
attention, they're in on it. So
Well, I think it would be very educational for kids to realize, even if they are playing a role or pretending to be somebody, have a persona online,
That documentary is worth watching. Yeah.
that you could,
for sure,
that if something unfortunate happened, they can use that as your character. That's
it is your character. I mean, you're putting it out there as your character.
right. And if
Look
people
how
say,
good I look on mine.
I
And
know.
I'm nothing like that. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
she's terrible. No, I just think that kids need, I don't think anyone, I mean, this is like the most extreme case
Yeah,
of
it is,
don't
yeah.
act like a
Yes.
jerk. I mean, obviously this girl wasn't going to get a lot of job interviews, but at this point she just was trying not to go to jail. But her social
She
media
wasn't even
presence,
trying hard. I don't even know.
No.
she looked inconvenienced to be there.
Yes. It's like someone said, play defense on a basketball court, and she stood there and they threw the ball at her.
Yeah.
And the last thing is I was surprised that they allowed at the end for her to be interviewed from
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah. See,
That
different states let you do that.
I think, was that supposed to help her? Like her lawyer was there, and remember they
Didn't help
didn't
her.
cut it out when she turned and said, "Is that good?" Like she during the documentary, she's like, "Was that what I was
Yeah,
supposed
they
to
kinda did her
say?"
dirty
And
very,
then that
yeah.
makes me sad,
I know.
you know, thinking she's so dumb that she doesn't even know she's taking cues from someone else on what to say because she isn't feeling it. I'm not saying she's so dumb. I don't know that she had the
No, I really-
emotions like
Maybe she was a
maybe
sociopath.
she was yeah.
I
I read a book about it, and then
I mean, I feel like that she really does not. I don't think it's that she's wrapped her head around that she's going to be in jail for the rest of her life.
like it's real.
Like when the little recordings of her and her mom, like the thing, it's like they're not talking as if she's never coming home.
Right. Yeah,
It's-
they had one conversation like, well, "How long do you think I'm going to get?" Kind of making it seem. I'm like, this is really happening. Like
Yeah.
she kind of was making it seem like it
that
was.
the mental capacity to understand.
Well, and I did read a book about a sociopath, and I thought it was awesome. I highly recommend. It was called Sociopath. It was a memoir of a lady that is one, and then she wrote about it. And just to hear some, and then she went to school and became, she got her PhD, and helps people that are sociopaths.
Oh,
yeah.
she's probably a killer.
Well, yeah, but she explained to me about what it is and
what it is.
what like
Yeah.
she was asked to do. She was so known for not feeling guilty that people would take advantage of it and say, "Oh, go over and like, you know, break this person's heart," or, you know, like she would always be the bearer of something bad because she could do it and
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother her.
absolutely
Yeah.
not bother her at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe, but then again, why wasn't the lawyer saying, "Hey, this is really weird. Maybe we should
I know.
pursue this as
Yeah, you just don't. Yeah.
well." Let it be a cautionary tale to the youngsters out there to keep their online presence positive.
Yeah.
Keep their friends squeaky clean.
And don't go over 30
Ever.
Yeah. Don't speak.
ever.
Set your cruise at 30 and just be done with it.
Easy peasy.
Well, thank you for joining us today as we chat about the crash. I know that most people our age are very concerned with their children going out in the driving world, and this was just
Exactly.
another thing that scared us.
Yes.
Just another thing for us to worry about. So add it to the
Put
list.
on top, right there.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Up for Grabs.